These are the items you should definitely stay away from in D- and F tier. D-, like I said, is like super situational. For example, you could maybe go Crown in like one game, right? You could maybe go Crown in one game. I think I did it once into Fizz. They had like a Fizz and a Rengar on their team. So I went like Nashor's Crown with Zhonya's. That can work. But these are all very situational. Kraken Slayer, everyone knows you only build this if you're going like the 80 attack speed on hit build, but it sucks in high elo. It's decent in low elo, but you're very squishy. Leandri's is whatever. I never build it, but you probably could build it into tanks. That's why it's D-. Eclipse, if you feel like trolling and going lethality with Hail Blades, yeah, Eclipse is there. Moonstone. I like how I put Mandate in D tier because I just went and won a game with it. But yeah, Moonstone D-, it's whatever. You know, if you want to troll around, Rylize Moonstone, it's okay. Ravenous Hydra, usually always worse than Titanic, like I said. You get no health, nothing. It's pretty bad. Also, you just get more on-hit damage from Titanic. You don't from Ravenous. Rage Blade, good in very few situations. Let me go here. I'm just doing a quick rundown of this. Mandate, good if you go Rylize. I just won a game with it in Challenger. Let me just show proof, so you guys don't think I'm trolling. I lost the game with Moonstone. That's why it's D-. Mandate though, I didn't get carried this game. I did high damage. I went Rylize Mandate and it worked. So this is my main account. 1100 LP. It's okay. Good overall. I'm gonna try more games with it. Riftmaker, it's like an item. It's whatever. I'm so sick of the item, bro. It's so bad. Low damage, takes too long to proc. It's only good in very like tanky team comps, I guess. Like I said, Sejuani, Poppy, Tom Kench on the enemy team. You think you're gonna be doing consistent damage, then yeah, Nashor, Riftmaker, Demonic. Rocket Belt C tier because just no damage on the active. I don't know, no damage on the active. It's not a good rush as a mythic. It doesn't do much damage. You only build it for flat magic pen and the health, really, and I guess the jump it gives you. But like I said, Ludens is just a better version. If you want damage, you go Ludens. If you want mobility and tanky stat, go Rocket Belt. But Ludens is better than Rocket Belt in my opinion. Frostfire Gauntlet is a worse version of Sunfire. You build it in some situations, I guess, where you want to slow the enemy. Lichbane, just a whatever Sheen item. If you want to go AP Electrocute Assassin, then maybe you can go this, but you probably still want to go Nashor's. But it's still a good item overall. It does lots of damage. I've built it a lot in my games in the past. It's decent. It just fell out of meta, but it's still okay. Titanic Hydra, like I said, very good. Luden's very good, build path-wise. Abyssal Mask, very good situationally as a later on in the game item. 4th, 5th, 6th item. You know, you sell your boots eventually. It gives you, based on your health, it gives you up to 25 pen, essentially, because you lower their MR by 25. And then you also gain 9 armor, 9 MR for each enemy around you. So that's pretty good. Nashor's, it would be S+ if the build path wasn't awful. It's your core item. Everyone knows this. It's your core item if you're going AP. So usually you build it, but it's just a bad build path. You feel worthless until you have the item. Shadow Flame, good magic pen item if the enemy team is squishy. Don't get baited by shield comps. It's not an anti-shield item. It's an anti-squishy item. Dance Maw, very good situationally as well. Usually you pair it with Sunder build path or Bork. Just makes you tanky. You kind of turn yourself into Wukong. That's fun. It works in some games, not every game, but works in some games, and it's definitely up there. It's very strong. I've 1v9'd a few games in the past. Don't ban. Wit's End, good item if you build it later on. It's like, what, 4th item, 5th? I'm assuming. You don't want to build it in the early game ever. They nerfed it too hard, so if you build it like 1st or 2nd item, you're only going to get 20 magic damage on hit or 25. But later on in the game, it can be a very good item because it can go up to like 75, 80 magic damage on hit, so very good. Definitely a better item if you're going the full AD build. You know, if you go Bork, Sunder, Wit's End. You could also go Bork, Sunfire, Wit's End. Can work. Now we got S+. Sunder, still the best item in the game on Cat, in my opinion. Yes, this is 12.13, where they nerfed it a little bit. They halved the the max health damage on it. So now it's 6% instead of 12% when you're a melee champ. But they added, what is it, a base AD ratio on it, 125%, I believe. So the damage is pretty much the same. It's only lowered once you get to late game, and every champion has like 3k health. But it's still overall a really good item. The only nerf you should care about is the fact that the hybrid pen went from 5% to 3% now. So that's bad, but item is still good. You still heal a lot from it. The build path is still by far the best rush in the entire game. Sheen, double longsword, Kindle gem, like it's a good build path, right? Very good build path. You're able to solo kill your laner easily with it. Bork, definitely, it's alongside Sunder. It's the strongest first item in the entire game, but the build path is so bad because if you don't get Bork on your first base, GG. So, very good item. Oh, come on. Demonic, usually it's just paired with any health build. Like I said, Nasher, Demonic, Sunfire, Nasher, Sunder, Demonic, or you go Sunder, Nasher, Demonic. There's a lot of build paths, but it's very good. Gives you, it's just the AP version of Titanic. What's there not to like about the item, you know? You get a lot of health, you get a lot of AP because you're building health, and then also you do 1.8% of their max health on a burn, so very good item, especially like no matter what build you're going. If you're going, as long as you're going like a tank shred build or a health build. Nasher, Riftmaker, Demonic, Nasher, Demonic, Sunfire, yeah, anything. Very good. Sunfire is like one of the best in the game right now as well. Even though they're nerfing it, so let me talk about that real fast as well. They're nerfing Sunfire next patch because they're realizing that Sunfire is becoming meta on a lot of champions, right? Like Yone, for example, everyone has seen the Bork into Sunfire Yone build. That's like taking over Korea. Everyone's obviously seen the Nasher Demonic Sunfire Katarina build. That's doing really well in high elo. There's Diana as well, Nasher Sunfire. I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but yeah, Sunfire is a really good item currently. The thing is, it's a nerf to a lot of those characters I listed, but it's not really a nerf to Katarina. So I think it's still going to be the same like power level next patch. Let me just tell you the nerfs real fast. I had to look again. So right now, the base damage on Sunfire's burn scales from 12 to 30, right, throughout the entire game. And now they're nerfing it down to just 12 flat. But they're increasing the bonus HP scaling that it has from 1% to 1.5%, which is basically, it's actually a buff in my opinion for Katarina, because when you go Sunfire, you're going a build where you can get to 5,500 health easily. So yeah, Sunfire, very good item. Does a lot of damage, tank stats. The nerfs probably aren't even nerfs for Kat. They're probably buffs, if anything. What else? Yeah, health, armor, MR. Very good if you take conditioning overgrowth. Tenacity passive, 50 HP as well on the mythic passive gives you. And then Majai's no brainer. It's just a good item. I just added it here for fun. If you have 10 stack Dark Seal and you're playing in low elo and you're not gonna die, get Majai's. You're gonna have like an increased movement speed. You're gonna stomp everyone. Very good item. No matter what build you're going, by the way. You could be going the AD build, and as long as you bought a Dark Seal in the early game and it has 10 stacks, maybe you have Bork, Sunfire, Majai's, 25 stack, bro, you're one-shotting everything while running around at the speed of light. So